Mr. Heel and I went on a little field trip a couple of weeks ago where we went to Parris Island, which is a U.S. Marine Corps training base for new recruits. They brought educators down so that they could talk to us a little bit about their program, show us what recruits go through, and it allows us to come back and answer questions for any of our kids that have questions about the Marines. So they basically put us through the 3 phases of training. First phase is basically the first 24 days where you come in and they are breaking you down and turning you into a Marine. The second phase, if you survive that, is where you learn to be a marksman, so you're shooting at targets from anywhere from 25 yards to 500 yards away. And then the third phase is sort of their graduation phase, where they're on their way out. They have a 3-day journey that they have to complete, and then there's their graduation. So kind of similar to high school, where we have phases where you come in as a freshman, you leave as a senior. So don't the Marines. Hopefully we have far less yelling than they do, but that's what we went through.
Okay, so here's where we are being addressed by our drill instructor, and you're probably going to see us start running because we're not moving fast enough or doing exactly what he wants us to do. This is part of the first phase of recruitment. When new recruits come in, they meet up with their drill instructors, and everything they do has to be on a certain time limit at a certain pace, and you have to say the right command. So now I'm moving pretty quickly into the brief, and he starts yelling a time that we have to be in there by, and if we're not, then we all have to run back outside and do it over again. And this is the brief where we're going to start meeting the commanding general. Up front again is our drill instructor, that's Sergeant Alvarado, and he's clearly not happy with us because we have to keep standing up and sitting down because we're not doing it the right way and we're not saying the right commands. So as you can imagine, this has become very frustrating.
The head, which is the restroom, the males is that way, the females is that way. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You have
He keeps looking at his watch, so he's waiting for people to come.
Yes, sir.
So this is the firing range. So Mr. Heel and I are going to be shooting M16s very shortly. And this is actually a piece where these are the people who train recruits, so they are showing us basically how good they are while they're on the move, sort of as if they're clearing a house or a street, simulating combat. There's my gun. And during this time, there's a expert right next to me because they're worried about us falling over or not handling it correctly. And this is the burst, so this is where it actually shoots 3 bullets at once. So if you see off to the side, there are 3 bullets coming out as I pull the trigger once. Not as accurate as I was with 1, and clearly there's a little kickback.
Take that. Get the safety right there.
This is the same gun. This is when I'm just shooting the 1 bullet. So this one I will be much more accurate. You won't see it, but all my shots go right in the middle of the person's chest. So having only shot a gun a few times and not having shot it in years, and certainly not an assault rifle, This was different.
13 and 14 tomorrow.
A little awkward to hold. This keeps going.
How many do I shoot?
Keep going. So let's try.
All right. Oh, don't take it.
Okay, so this is a wall that we have to jump over. We have to run and pull ourselves up, and it's pretty embarrassing that the first time I didn't take it very seriously, and that's what happens. And I got made fun of. Now here's the second time where I actually take it seriously and I go up and over pretty quickly. What you don't see is the other guy never made it over. And here is the 57-foot wall that Mr. Heel is wearing the GoPro at this point, so those are his hands. And he goes down first, and then he's going to tape me. I was trying to get in his head a little bit while we were up there about how high it was, but he didn't really listen.
Right hand grab under my left.
And I went down the exact same way.
That is your brake hand. One down. Once around.
And there are commands that we have to go through, so he puts one in, we have to say one in, one around, have to say the same thing, so we're locking in and making sure we're all safe.
Place for you to ride it out. Repel! Now what you're going to do is you're going to face me, hang your heels, showing your knees.
Now he's going to
and you're going to push your backside back and your torso
push
towards me,
Mr.
make it
Heel
an L
over the
shape
edge,
position.
so he's looking up at him,
Here it is. Don't bend your knees. Don't bend your knees.
and he's going to go. I actually haven't seen this footage yet.
Alright, stand up. Lock your knees out. Now look at me. When I tell you to, you look over your right shoulder and throw your
So
right
right
hand
there
back.
you are back to the ground, 60 feet in the air.
Left hand is loose, right? Go.
You have to walk down this wall. You did a great job.
Back to the ground, sir.
Oh, thank you.
All right, hands over your carabiner, run backwards.
So he's gonna get footage of me as I'm on the top of the wall, and I'm up there, very nervous. And as the guy is getting me into my carabiner, or as he gets me all set up, it's a situation where I am nervous and he's telling me to go over, and I haven't quite made it yet because I'm scared of heights. And then when I go down pretty quickly and stop to kind of catch myself and then finish off.
We gotta go this way.
So in closing, this was probably the most rewarding experience that I've been a part of as an educator in terms of going away to something. As the principal, I go to a lot of conferences, I go to a lot of workshops, both in-state and out-of-state, to kind of keep myself fresh. And this one was very rewarding because I never aspired to be in the military. I didn't know a whole lot about what goes into it, and I had a lot of personal views that I had taken sort of from movies and what you read in the papers or you see on the news, and I can honestly say it's nothing like that. So it was a rewarding experience, and if anyone has any questions about what I went through on my little journey for those 4 days, I'd be happy to answer them. And if somebody's looking at the Marine Corps, I would be happy to either confirm or deny the rumors that they have heard. So, thank you.